and the baseness of their needs. These fellas were different. They hadn't come to the posh house off the Lisburn Road to meet young women, or for the free drinks. They'd come for the little boys. A cold, dead thing pressed against her bare lower arms. She flinched and yelped. A man towered over her. "When you're ready, love," he said, and shoved his black leather jacket into her receiving hands. She muttered an apology and took the coat she'd thought was a carcass. She could smell the rich cowhide, and over it the sweet fruit gum the man was chewing. She glanced up. He was tall, so big she had to tilt her head back to see his face. Strong jaw, mean mouth, a head of flaxen blonde hair worn swept back. And grey eyes, cold as the North Atlantic coast. She'd seen photos of SS officers in books. He fit the type exactly. But not just his features. It was the cruelty in his face. Beneath the sleazy slyness of this man, she could feel it, like a cold river running through him and into her. There was badness here. She recoiled, but with nowhere to go, her back met the wall and she stopped dead. He clasped her cheeks in his hand, raised her face. "You're a shy one, aren't you?" They were eye to eye. His voice was rich, but she felt the menace and knew the question needed no answer because it was really an accusation. "Why are you so spooked? Do you know me?" She didn't, but she knew that he was different from the others. Rougher. His coat was leather, not tweed or camel hair. His accent had the twang and truncation of the Belfast streets. She tried for a smile. Not easy. He examined her like a newfound species, the grey of his eyes now almost fully black. Just like Jaws from the film she'd sneaked in to see at the ABC on Great Victoria Street. His eyes were exactly the same, black and empty. She glanced away and he followed her eyes. Her baby brother, animated now, was talking to another boy maybe a year or so older, their faces visibly flushed with the drink. The older boy and Peter walked out of frame. Councillor emerged and strode their way. His smile was full of affable welcome, but his eyes showed calculated concern as he took in her predicament. "Sure, it's grand to see you," he said, extended his arm. The move worked. The man with the black eyes released her face and they shook hands. "All right," he replied. Councillor handed her 2 folded pound notes, her wages and her signal to go. She took her payment, fingers trembling, mumbled a thanks. But Councillor had already turned his back and was walking his guest towards the party room. Councillor was big, but even at that, not quite as tall as the man with black, soulless eyes. She took a hanger from the rail in the cloakroom beneath the stairs and hung the black-eyed man's coat up. A hard weight, inside pocket, knocked her hand. She reached her fingers into the jacket, felt cold steel. Slowly, she pulled out a butterfly knife, long as her hand. She put it back, but instead of leaving, she walked slowly to the party room, the noise and the stink of tobacco smoke becoming thicker as she approached. She peeped round the doorway. Groups of men with boys and youths, all drinking, most smoking, voices animated. The fat old man with the funny accent was in an armchair in the corner, near the roaring open fire. A boy was seated on one of his boiled egg thighs, and the man's plump hand was rested on one of the boy's knees. She searched from face to face, looking for Peter. She spotted him, all alone again. "Peter, I'm taking you home," she shouted and started towards him. An iron grip on her upper arm, hard enough to make her shriek, but nobody heard it. She turned to see Councillor's flushed face in her own, his eyes wide and angry. She tried to pull away, but it was impossible. He was so strong, and she was so weak. "Out!" he snarled, small globs of his spittle hitting her mouth.